Tao Junhui took Wu Fei to his office and explained to her that avoiding wrong strategies would lead to unmanageable consequences, and it was also for the benefit of the client He Dong-na. They have no evidence now, and eager for quick success will only cause bigger problems. For this reason, Tao Junhui pointed out that Mr. Duan, the third-party witness proposed by Wu Fei, has a character problem, which is well known in the industry. If the case is unfavorable for them to prosecute, it is best to settle outside the court. Tang Yihui called He Dong-na to discuss the case. He Dong-na expressed that she would not accept any form of settlement. Even when Tao Junhui showed the surveillance video of Tianheng Hotel, she would not give up the settlement and insisted on suing immediately. He Dong-na also said that she did not want to fight this lawsuit, but Tianheng Hotel insisted on fighting it. Lao Xiao told Wang Jiesin about Qin Shi's work and family situation, which troubled Qin Shi very much. Lao Xiao thinks that Wang Jiesin is a friendly man. After all, he is investigating Cheng and Hui to invest, but Qin Shi said that the law firm may not represent He Dong-na's case, and Mr. Hu may not invest in Cheng and Hui. Wang Jiesin happened to come to Qin Shi for this matter. Qin Shi wanted Lao Xiao to continue to deal with Wang Jiesin, but Wang Jiesin said that he looking for Qin Shi for a private matter. After Lao Xiao left, Wang Jiesin asked Qin Shi that she seemed hostile to him, and expressed his willingness to communicate frankly with Qin Shi. Qin Shi directly asked whether the person who let Yanghua invest in Highball Biotech was Qiu Jinxiang. At that time, he agreed to testify for Yanghua, why the responsibility was finally pushed to Yanghua. Wang Jiesin bluntly said that even if he kept Yanghua at that time, there would be no turning point, and their fund managers had to rely on Qiu Jinxiang for food, and keeping Qiu Jinxiang would have a better future. Yanghua just didn't understand the rules in the industry back then, which is why he lost so badly in the end. Although Wang Jiesin is not proud of what he did back then, if he gets a chance again, he would do the same again. After talking about the past, Wang Jiesin invited Qin Shi to dinner again, but Qin Shi felt it was unnecessary. Wang Jiesin was very puzzled as to why Qin Shi wanted to package an unemployed person as a career elite, and why the two lied that they were married and had children abroad. Wang Jiesin was very puzzled by this matter, and planned to ask Tang Yihui about it. In order not to expose the matter, Qin Shi had no choice but to explain that Wang Jiesin had misunderstood her, and reluctantly agreed to Wang Jiesin's invitation. Tao Junhui didn't want to continue to represent He Dong-na's case, but Wu Fei didn't want to give up. She also said that Tang Yihui had promised her that once Tao Junhui finished the case, she could directly become a partner of the law firm. On the other hand, Tang Yihui also told Qin Shi the terms of exchange between herself and Wu Fei also asked Qin Shi to leave the law firm. Although Tang Yihui was unwilling to use He Dong-na's case to lose Qin Shi, a very important lawyer, but considering Mr. Wu behind He Dong-na, she asked Qin Shi to contact Wang Jiesin to deal with Wu Fei. Tang Yihui also secretly told Qin Shi that He Dong-na was ready to divorce, so He Dong-na's case would not be directly related to Mr. Hu's investment law firm. Yanghua is going to testify for Qiu Jinxiang in court. Qin Shi explained the problems that Yanghua needs to pay attention to, and he is also worried that he will be nervous in court. Yanghua then appeared in court, analyzed Qiu Jinxiang's investment behavior from the information he knew, and answered the judge's questions. Finally, Qiu Jinxiang thanked him when he left. On the other hand, Yao Yao, as a representative of the hotel, was eventually slandered, but she could not produce actual evidence. Li Dai and Yanghua saw Yao Yao also appearing in the court. In order to prevent Yao Yao from being surrounded by reporters at the gate of the court, Li Dai and Yanghua cooperated to take Yao Yao away. When Yanghua and Yao Yao met again, they couldn't help thinking of the past. Yao Yao chose to break up because Yanghua was going to work in Canada. Yanghua followed Li Dai to the hospital to visit Qiu Jinxiang, who was hospitalized due to a heart attack, and Yanghua also told Li Dai that he knew that Qiu Jinxiang might suffer from Alzheimer's disease. Qin Shi went to make an appointment with Wang Jiesin alone. Faced with Wang Jiesin's questioning, she had to explain that the reason for lying was because of work. Wang Jiesin recognized Qin Shi's ambition and ability, and thought that she had no need to be satisfied with Cheng Yuhui's 11th floor. After Cheng and Hui's inspection work is over, his next job is to go to Zurich. He invites Qin Shi to go with him, but Qin Shi makes excuses and politely declines him. The hospital confirmed that Qiu Jinxiang was indeed suffering from Alzheimer's disease. It turned out that Yanghua's guess from Qiu Jinxiang's behavior was correct. Yanghua believed that for Qiu Jinxiang work was very important, far more than family and children. Qin Shi rushed back to the office, thinking that Wang Jiesin told her that Yanghua almost became Qiu Jinxiang's son-in-law, and that Yanghua was not single back then, and had a childhood sweetheart as girlfriend. Qin Shi was very angry. Cheng and Hui congratulated He Dong-na on winning the case, and Li Dai also told Qin Shi that they met Yao Yao in the court, and also told her that Yao Yao was abandoned by Tianheng Hotel. Li Dai also specially told Qin Shi that according to her observation, Yanghua and Yao Yao have a good friendship. Li Dai told Qin Shi that she asked Qiu Jinxiang about banning Yanghua in the financial circle, but Qiu Jinxiang did not admit it. Li Dai suspected that someone deliberately used the events of the year to punish Yang Hua. Wang Jiesin approached Qin Shi and said that Mr. who had already handed over Cheng Yuhui's investment project to him, so the final decision on this project was in his hands. Wang Jiesin asked Qin Shi to consider his suggestion carefully, and also asked Qin Shi to accompany him to the Hangzhou branch for investigation. His intention was obvious. In order to please Wu Fei, the assistant lawyer of the family department secretly took pictures of Qin Shi and Wang Jiesin having an affair, and Wu Fei sent the pictures to Yang Hua. Tao Junhui also accidentally saw the intimate conversation between Qin Shi and Wang Jiesin, and then he privately questioned her about it. Seeing that Tao Junhui found the truth, Qin Shi hurriedly took him to the office to explain everything. Tao Junhui looked down on Qin Shi for telling such a lie for a job, and because of this lie, Wang Jiesin took advantage of her. Qin Shi was frank about her ambitions, saying that she wanted to be a partner in a law firm, and she wanted to be a winner in life, so that she could live the life she wanted without being picked by others. Tao Junhui finally persuaded Qin Shi that this was just a job, and it was not worth it for Qin Shi. When Yang Hua saw the photo, he didn't doubt Qin Shi, but rushed to the law firm to pick Qin Shi up when she got off work and prepared Qin Shi's favorite hot pot. Qin Shi asked about the direct relationship between Yang Hua and Yao Yao. Yang Hua remembered Kai Liang's exhortation and did not admit that Yao Yao was his ex-girlfriend, but only explained that Yao Yao was a friend. Yang's father also found out about Yao Yao's affairs, so he specially called Yang Hua and asked him to explain to Qin Shi as well. But Yang Hua didn't know how to explain this matter. Qin Shi saw Yang Hua's attitude and felt even more angry. The next day, Yang Hua and Kai Liang discussed about Qin Shi and Wang Jiesin. Although Yang Hua knew that Qin Shi absolutely despised Wang Jiesin, he was worried that the person who sent him the photo had unknown intentions. Qin Shi finally agreed to accompany Wang Jiesin to the Hangzhou branch of the law firm, which made Tao Junhui very worried. He wanted to dissuade Qin Shi, but Qin Shi refused on the grounds of work. Someone tried committing suicide in a live broadcast at the hotel. Yao Yao was in charge of the matter. She arranged for the hotel staff to quickly find out the room where the guest was staying. In order to find the guest in time, she urgently pressed the fire alarm. But the guest was very scared now and was trying to sneak out, but Yao Yao found him. He became very angry when facing Yao Yao, and even took out a dagger to kill her. Yang Hua receives a text message claiming that Qin Shi is going to cheat today, and Yang Hua brings Kai Liang to Hangzhou to look for Qin Shi. Tao Junhui was worried about Qin Shi. He went to Hangzhou to search hotels and law firms but couldn't find Qin Shi. He simply called Yang Hua directly, asking Yang Hua to help find Qin Shi. Kai Liang accidentally learned the news that someone in Yao Yao's hotel had hurt someone, and Yao Yao was injured. On the one hand, Qin Shi could not be contacted, and on the other hand, his ex-girlfriend Yao Yao was injured. Yang Hua finally chose to turn around and return to Shanghai. Wu Fei's father told his daughter that Dongna was arguing for a divorce from Mr. Hu. Tang Yihui should have known this a long time ago, and she might have reached an agreement with Wang Jiesin. Wu Fei secretly came to Qin Shi's office, trying to find the relevant agreement, and accidentally found the marriage agreement between Qin Shi and Yang Hua on Qin Shi's computer. Tao Junhui found the hotel where Qin Shi and Wang Jiesin were staying. He wanted to rescue Qin Shi, but found Qin Shi just behind him. Wang Jiesin also thought that the woman in the room was Qin Shi, but he didn't expect it to be Dongna. Because of this, Dongna knew that Wang Jiesin had taken a fancy to Qin Shi, and she scolded Wang Jiesin for this. At this time, Mr. Hu also came to catch the adulterer. Mr. Hu directly told Dongna that the divorce agreement would be sent to her company tomorrow, and the custody of the child would also belong to him. Because of Qin Shi's cooperation, Mr. Hu decided to talk to Tang Yihui about the investment in person tomorrow. It turned out that lawyer Liang told Tang Yihui and others that President Hu wanted to divorce Dongna, but he couldn't because of property divisions. She also informed them about Dongna and Wang Jiesin's affair, and that their children were autistic. Mr. Hu didn't want to go through a lawsuit for divorce. He was afraid that it would affect the children, so he planned this matter in order to solve the divorce within the smallest scope. Qin Shi learned that Tao Junhui was busy all afternoon for her, so she specially thanked Tao Junhui for this. Tao Junhui suddenly hugged Qin Shi and told her to be smarter in doing things in the future and not to do everything. Wu Fei learned that Tao Junhui rushed to Hangzhou to find Qin Shi, so she called Tao Junhui to take care of himself. Tao Junhui did not confess his whereabouts, and Wu Fei was very disappointed. Gangzi was ordered by Tao Junhui to send Qin Shi back to Shanghai. On the way back to the city, he told Qin Shi that they had told Yang Hua about Qin Shi, but unexpectedly, Yang Hua was not worried about his wife's safety at all. Qin Shi went home and found that Yang Hua's forehead was injured, so she hurriedly said a few words of concern. Qin Shi also specifically asked Yang Hua why he was not worried about her accident at all, but Yang Hua explained that he believed that Qin Shi would not sell herself for work, and also believed in Qin Shi's principles of life. Seeing Yang Hua so calm and self-sufficient, not worried about her at all. Although Qin didn't say anything on the face, she was still dissatisfied in her heart. When Father Yang learned of his son's words and deeds, he couldn't help but accuse him of being stupid. Because people are like animals. Even if she is a warrior who goes into battle, she still has a soft spot. A strong woman suddenly acted like a baby and willful in front of Yang Hua, which shows that Yang Hua is someone she trusts and relies on. Yang's father told Yang Hua that what he wanted to do was not to praise Qin for how great he was, but to let Qin be herself in front of him. After accepting Yang's father's guidance, Yang Hua plans to buy gifts to make Qin happy. Yao Yao was praised by the hotel leader for her urgent and efficient handling of the client's suicide. The hotel decided to reward her, and specifically proposed that they had found the car video that could prove Yao Yao's words and deeds in the kdrama case. But Yao Yao resented the inconsistency of the company's leaders. Not only did the hotel employees give false testimony in court, but even allowed the hotel's VIP customers to sexually harass the employees. She hoped that the leaders would apologize publicly. Yao Yao took out her resignation letter and said that she would wait for the company's public apology. Lao Xiao told Qin that Tang Yihui provided Qin with a special car and specially gave her a reward of 100,000 yuan. Qin was very puzzled. She found out that Yang Hua was in a hurry to find her before and was injured in a driving accident. Later, he came to the law firm to inquire about Qin's whereabouts. Give the file to Mr. Jin and let them pass it on to Mr. Hu. Mr. Jin couldn't help but feel that Yang Hua and Qin were really fighting for each other. It turned out that Qin agreed to help Mr. Hu in order to make Wang Jiesin disappear from the financial circle. Kai Liang was blaming Yang Hua for his car accident. Qin rushed to transfer the money Tang Yihui rewarded her to Kai Liang to make up for his loss. Qin asked Yang Hua why he didn't tell him that he had gone to Hangzhou and had a car accident because of it. Yang Hua said that all this is what he should do. She kisses Yang Hua in public to express his affection. Kai Liang took Yang Hua and Qin for dinner, and Yang Hua gave Qin the signature pin he had prepared, wishing Qin to use it to win more contracts in the future. In the merger and acquisition of Tianhang Hotel, Mr. Jin handed over the case to Qin, saying that the case was mainly focused on Qin, and asked her to form the team herself. Qin finally chose Tao Junhui as her joint lawyer, and Tao Junhui did not refuse. Wu Fei directly exposed Tao Junhui's trip to Hangzhou to save the beauty yesterday, and asked him why he lied and deceived others. Tao Junhui didn't want to explain the matter in the company, but Wu Fei wanted her and Tao Junhui to leave Chengyuhui. Seeing Tao Junhui's silent face, Wu Fei left angrily. Tao Junhui found Qin and planned to refuse to become a joint lawyer, which made Qin very angry. Qin said that she chose Tao Junhui because he had experience in mergers and acquisitions, and Tang Yihui was also dissatisfied with Wu Fei because of the kdrama case handled by Wu Fei and even involving Tao Junhui in it. Qin persuaded Tao Junhui to think about the matter rationally. Qin needs to show her best work on the 11th floor to prove herself. She also wants to become a partner of the 11th floor eventually, and even wants to change the unreasonable rules of promotion for single female lawyers in the law firm. For Qin's goal, Tao Junhui finally agreed to help Qin. Qin organized a team meeting to discuss the Tianhang merger and acquisition case. Tang Yihui wanted Yang Hua, who had a financial background, to help analyze the case, but Qin took the opportunity to refuse. Tao Junhui proposed to investigate the Tianhang Hotel from Yao Yao's money. President Yin of Tianhang Hotel came to visit Yao Yao and applied for a special reward for Yao Yao. Moreover, kdrama had withdrawn the lawsuit and was willing to clarify the frame-up against Yao Yao in front of the media and apologize in person. Yao Yao was unwilling to shake hands with a person who had betrayed her behind her back, so she rejected Mr. Yin's kindness and said that if the hotel really wanted to keep her, then Mr. Yin needed to take the blame and resign. Because Yao Yao is very important to the Tianhang Hotel's merger and acquisition case, Qin plans to visit her in person. Qin returned home and told Yang Hua that she plans to meet Yao Yao, and took the opportunity to inquire about the past between Yang Hua and Yao Yao. Yang Hua explained that the two grew up in alleys and fell in love when they were in college, but they have not been in touch since they broke up. Qin asked Yang Hua and Yao Yao about their love history, but the more she asked, the more jealous and angry became. Qin and Tao Junhui made an appointment to meet Yao Yao, but Yao Yao was unwilling to stand for Tianhang Hotel because of Mr. Yin's affairs. Qin took out the layoff list of Tianhang Hotel in the past 6 months, and the dismissed personnel were all around 40 years old. After these people were dismissed, it was difficult to find a job that matched their previous salary. These people are also the group of people with the heaviest family burden in today's society. Yao Yao once stood on their side. Although she can't change the company's decision, Yao Yao may change the fate of these people. Although Qin inquired about Yao Yao's character from Yang Hua, and wanted to persuade Yao Yao to help to dismiss people in the hotel from the perspective of personal loyalty. But because Yao Yao was betrayed by the employees, although he understood the difficulties of the employees, he did not agree with this approach. So she still believes that these employees should protect their own interests, instead of giving up protecting themselves and expecting the protection of others. Qinshi hopes that Yao Yao will cooperate with all the publicity of Tianang within a month to create the best conditions for the merger and acquisition, so that Yao Yao can resign after a month, and they will also strive for more benefits for the dismissed employees. Qinshi brought Yanghua to Tang Yihui's home for a dinner. During the meal, Tang Yihui announced good news to the partners of the law firm. One was that Mr. who had already planned to invest in the law firm, and the other was that Cheng and Hui had been selected as one of the top 10 outstanding law firms in the country. The last piece of good news is that Qinshi has become the youngest female partner in the history of Cheng and Hui. Qinshi is very excited and thanks Yanghua for his company and dedication that made her achieve what she is today. Tao Junhui reunited with his college classmates and returned to the university after dinner. Looking at the familiar tables and chairs in the school, he remembered the past in the university. The classmate teased Tao Junhui for thinking about Qinshi and asked why they broke up. Wu Fei came to the school just to hear what these people said. So she asked Tao Junhui if he still loved Qinshi, and she told Tao Junhui that Qinshi and Yanghua had a fake marriage. But from Tao Junhui's words, she learned that Tao Junhui already knew about Qinshi's fake marriage, and Wu Fei planned to tell Tang Yihui about it. Qinshi was planning to tell Tang Yihui about the fake marriage, but Tao Junhui called and asked Qinshi not to admit it. Mr. Jin brought the partnership agreement and asked Qinshi to sign it. Although Mr. Jin very much recognized Qinshi's ability to work, but from his wife Tang Yihui's balance between work and children, he also hoped that Qinshi will be cautious about choosing between lawyer and mother and the consequences of that choice. Qinshi promised to balance the relationship between children and career, and as Yanghua backs her and has chosen a family, and they both will actively face any problems they encounter together. Tang Yihui and Yanghua chatted about investing with a friend, and in the end Tang Yihui said that if a friend deceived her, she should be responsible for her words and deeds. After all, if you finally gain trust because of lies, and using this trust to obtain benefits constitutes a crime of fraud. Yanghua was worried about Qinshi because of Tang Yihui's words, so he came to stop Qinshi from signing the contract, and pointed out that Mr. Jin and Mr. Tang planned to test Qinshi. In fact, Qinshi did not sign the treaty hastily, but wanted to be honest with Mr. Jin. In the end, Qinshi told Mr. Jin and Mr. Tang that she would not make any excuses for concealing her marital status, but she also hoped that the law firm could give single female lawyers equal opportunities. Tao Junhui followed Wu Fei to Wu's house, but Wu Fei didn't want to face Tao Junhui. Wu Fei's father asked if the problem between the two was because of another woman. Although he recognized Tao Junhui's ability, he also told Tao Junhui that this society wealth is in the hands of a few people, and without strength and assistance, it is difficult to become a partner of Cheng and Hui. Wu Fei's father knew that Tao Junhui was a smart person, and advised him that smart people should know how to weigh the pros and cons, and know what to choose. Tang Yihui was very angry because of being cheated. President Jin persuaded Tang Yihui to let go of this matter. There is no need to make trouble with herself because of this matter. But Tang Yihui didn't intend to let Qinshi resign easily. When Qinshi returned home, she was also worried that her job would not be guaranteed. She confessed to Yanghua that she almost signed the partnership agreement with a single thought, and she felt that she was very hypocritical. In order to comfort Qinshi, Yanghua told Qinshi that the reason he broke up with Yao Yao was because Qiu Jinxiang wanted him to be with her daughter. Although Yanghua had always promised not to leave her, he still had wavering thoughts in his heart. At that time, he was also hypocritical and cowardly, and in the end Yao Yao couldn't bear it and chose to break up. Later, what happened at When 21 made him understand that genius and ingenuity are meaningless in the face of greed. But Qinshi is different and reflected on herself today and made the right decision. Yanghua also said that Qinshi is so good that she will succeed wherever she goes. Early the next morning, Qinshi came to the law firm to find Tang Yihui and confessed to her mistakes and apologized for it. Tang Yihui said that she should be punished for doing something wrong, and she decided to give Qinshi one last chance to start from the beginning as an assistant lawyer. Because Qinshi became an assistant lawyer, Mr. Jin decided to hand over the Tianjin Airlines merger and acquisition case to Tao Junhui. Tianhong's M&A contract was pretty much negotiated, and Yao Yao's cooperation was not needed for the time being. So Mr. Yin made things difficult for her with Yao Yao's personnel file. He was also changed from the supervisor of the customer department to the leader of the training team, which was simply laid off in disguise. Tao Junhui blamed Qinshi for missing the opportunity to be a partner because of her emotions, thinking that she was too kind and shouldn't be honest about the fake marriage. Qinshi was aggrieved because she became an assistant lawyer, so she looked to Yanghua for comfort, and Yanghua comforted Qinshi with a few words and told Qinshi that the hotel merger case of Tianang would not succeed. Because Yanghua had analyzed from his own perspective, Hu Ping will not invest in the Smart IoT City project. So Hu Ping's decision will affect the success of Tianhong's merger and acquisition. Qin Shi encouraged herself that it would not be difficult to start all over again. For this reason, she actively helped her colleagues solve work problems in the family department. Wu Fei came to work and saw Qin Shi working as an assistant lawyer in the family department. So she specially went to Qin Shi to ridicule her for doing whatever she could to achieve her goals. But Qin Shi was not afraid of Wu Fei and asked Wu Fei how she knew how to become a senior lawyer. Wu Fei is able to rely on her father to be able to have what she is today. This kind of behavior is the biggest irony to those hard-working assistant lawyers outside. Qin Shi advised Wu Fei that if she really felt that she was superior to others, she should show the ability to match the high-end family background. Qin Shi's words made Wu Fei very angry, and then Wu Fei told Tang Yihui about her resignation, and Tang Yihui readily agreed. Kai Liang was very surprised to learn that Yanghua wanted to buy a house and planned to propose to Qin Shi with the house. When Qin Shi said that Cheng and Hui needed Mr. Hu's investment in particular, Yanghua tried to analyze the data and contacted Mr. Hu and sent the information to Mr. Hu. Sure enough, Mr. Hu was very interested in him. Mr. Hu made an appointment to meet with Yanghua because Qin Shi was involved in the previous divorce and he was sorry for causing her trouble. Mr. Hu also said that he gave up the Smart IoT City project because of a sentence in Yanghua's evaluation report. Afterwards, the two discussed with each other about investment, and Mr. Hu also hoped that Yanghua would consider his suggestion on his work. The family department helped Wu Fei's assistant lawyer to be promoted to an intermediate lawyer. She apologized to Qin Shi. Qin Shi hopes that the other party can keep his bottom line in the future. Because of Mr. Tang's arrangement, Tao Junhui and several lawyers of the law firm entertained Tianhong's Mr. Yin. Mr. Yin told Tao Junhui that because of the personnel file problem, Yao Yao planned to sue Tianning Hotel, and Li Dai eventually became Yao Yao's attorney. And it was Qin Shi who made this happen because Qin Shi couldn't get in touch with Yao Yao, so she asked Li Dai to help represent the case. Li Dai contacted Qin Shi immediately after meeting Yao Yao and told Qin Shi what she had learned, and finally told Qin Shi that Yao Yao had a 5-year-old son who lived in Australia before and was now planning to return to China. Li Dai asked Qin Shi if she and Yanghua were really doing a fake show and persuaded Qin Shi to get involved in Yao Yao's affairs. After all, she is Yanghua's ex-girlfriend, and they can rekindle their relationship. Qin Shi cuts the call and accidentally run into Tao Junhui, who was drunk after getting off work, and couldn't bear Tao Junhui to be drunk by the elevator. Qin Shi drove him to his home, but because she couldn't contact Wu Fei, she didn't know where to send Tao Junhui. Qin Shi called Yanghua for help. Qin Shi originally wanted to send Tao Junhui to the hotel to stay overnight, but the drunk Tao Junhui took Qin Shi's hand and said that he would never let go. He hoped that Qin Shi would give him a chance and marry him. Tao Junhui hugged Qin Shi and said that he originally thought he could let go of this relationship and marry another woman and have children, but Qin Shi has always been in his heart. Tao Junhui knew that Qin Shi and Yanghua were married in a fake manner. They could get a divorce, and he could start a law firm with Qin Shi as a partner. Qin Shi explained that she did not want a divorce, but she did not admit that she was in love with Yanghua either when confronted by Tao Junhui. Yanghua came just in time to see this scene. It makes Qin Shi sit in the car and tells Tao Junhui to wait until he is sober and he can ask whatever he wants to Qin Shi. Qin Shi explained everything to Yanghua after returning home, hoping that Yanghua would not mind Tao Junhui's drunken words. Yanghua solemnly asked Qin Shi if she loved him, and if she weren't officially married, would she choose Tao Junhui? Yanghua brings out the marriage agreement and says she has violated the agreement, and therefore he wants a divorce. Qin Shi tries to convince to not do this because of Tao Junhui's actions today, but Yanghua says he should actually thank Tao Junhui, as Tao Junhui made him realize that this marriage was Qin Shi's burden, and he really wanted to be Qin Shi's reliance. Rather than a shield, I don't want to see Qin Shi live in lies. Early the next morning, Yanghua and Qin Shi went through the divorce procedures and said that he would move out as soon as possible. After the divorce, Qin Shi couldn't help regretting it, and even more regretted why she didn't admit that she had fallen in love with Yanghua. When Qin Shi meets Ren Mimi, she confesses that people like her are not born to love or maintain an intimate relationship, but if that's what Yanghua wants, she doesn't seem confident that she can do it. However, Ren Mimi said that as long as Qin Shi loves Yanghua, it is enough. There is no right or wrong in love, only willing or not. Then Qin Shi also confessed to Ren Mimi about her fake marriage, and the reason why she agreed to divorce was because she didn't want her future relationship to be based on this fake marriage. Tao Junhui handed over the follow-up work of the Tianheng MNA case to other lawyers, and he was going to go on a business trip to do other work. Tang Yihui was suspicious of Tao Junhui's attitude, but Mr. Jin understood Tao Junhui's choice and planned to find another lawyer in the law firm to represent Tianhong's labor dispute case. Tang Yihui approached Qin Shi and asked Qin Shi to take charge of Tianhong's labor disputes. Qin Shi was unwilling to represent the case, After all, in her opinion, taking this case was equivalent to becoming a running dog of the management. But Tang Yihui told Qinshi that the accusation as a lawyer is to protect the rights and interests of the client, not to judge the morality of the client. Qinshi finally agreed to take over the case, and Tang Yihui also promised that if Qinshi successfully completed the case, she would be welcomed back to the 11th floor. Kai Liang learned that Hu Ping asked Yang Hua to be his chief financial advisor and persuaded him to consider taking over the job from the perspective of the family, and he could help his brother by the way. But what surprised Kai Liang was that Yang Hua divorced Qinshi. He was very puzzled by their choice. After returning home, Qinshi was very bored, facing the empty room. She saw a note in Yang Hua's room with a string of numbers on it, but she didn't know the specific meaning. Li Dai brought Yao Yao to find Qinshi, planning to negotiate before the court. Qinshi told Tianheng that Yao Yao's resignation was a breach of contract and demanded 2 million in compensation, and Tianheng's attitude was very firm. Yao Yao thought that Qinshi had taken Tianheng's benefits, and she didn't know Yin Jiqiang's character at all, and doing so was simply helping the evildoers. But Qinshi also told Li Dai and them that Yin Jiqiang said that if he was unwilling to make compensation, Yao Yao had to promise not to hold the same position in the hotel industry within 10 years, and he would also pay 250,000 yuan in training fees. Li Dai finds Yang Hua to complain about Qinshi's actions, but Yang Hua believes that the lawyer's purpose is to maximize the interests of the attorney, and Qinshi's actions are not wrong. However, Li Dai believes that as a lawyer, besides seeking fairness, she must also maintain justice. She does not want to see Qinshi become a lawyer with no moral bottom line, and Yang Hua is undoubtedly the person who can influence Qinshi's judgment. Li Dai told Yang Hua that although Qinshi did not admit her feelings for Yang Hua, but everyone knows her feelings. Yang Hua finally decided to think about it before deciding whether to persuade Qinshi. Yao Yao came to the airport to pick up his son who had returned from abroad. Looking at her son's innocent smiling face, Yao Yao also temporarily forgot her troubles. Tao Junwei learned that Qinshi had taken over Tianheng's labor disputes. He wanted to help Qinshi dismiss the case as an assistant lawyer, but Tang Yihui refused in a few words. Tao Junwei couldn't contact Qinshi, so he had to send a text message to ask Qinshi to contact him as soon as possible. Yang Hua speculated that the case between Yao Yao and Tianheng Hotel might not be a labor dispute case by consulting the information, and asked Li Dai to start from this direction. Li Dai approached Yao Yao to inquire about the personal enmity between her and Yin Jiqiang, and Yao Yao admitted that Yin Jiqiang was kind and showed appreciation when he hired her. Qinshi also wanted to resolve the personal grievances between Yao Yao and Yin Jiqiang first, so she called Yao Yao to inquire. Yao Yao confessed that Yin Jiqiang had used his position to harass employees. This caused the relationship between the two to become increasingly tense. Yang Hua bumped into a child by accident, but the child accused him of beating someone, and the child's mother was unwilling to let Yang Hua go. Fortunately, Yao Yao's son Sunny came forward to testify and asked several people to go to the monitoring room to check the video proof. When Yao Yao learned that her son had gone to the monitoring room, so she hurried to look for her son and accidentally ran into Yang Hua. Tang Yihui blamed Qinshi for going to Tianheng to investigate, and also warned Qinshi that the law firm only needs a good lawyer, not a good person. Ren Mimi was pregnant, and Qin Wenyu wept with joy when he learned that he was about to become a father. Yang Hua has studied the laws and regulations of many similar cases. He learned that if Yao Yao follows the legal procedures, she will definitely lose no matter what the result is. Now that the problem is Yin Jiqiang, they can try to kick Yin Jiqiang out. Li Dai also said that Yin Jiqiang could be investigated from his private behavior, but Yao Yao said that even if they found the victimized female employee, they would not agree to testify. Tao Junwei saw Qinshi on the rooftop and asked Qinshi if she had thought about leaving Cheng and Hui. He felt that this place was not suitable for Qinshi. He wanted to take over the Tianheng labor dispute case again, so that Qinshi would not have to be in a dilemma and lose her professional ethics for this. Tao Junwei apologized for his drunken behavior that day. He respected Qinshi's choice, and that relationships and career should be separated. He hoped that Qinshi would not refuse his help to her at work. Then Tao Junwei invited Qinshi to eat at the Malatang restaurant next to the school, but Qinshi refused on the grounds of work. Yao Yao and Yang Hua met again, and they were very embarrassed when they talked about the past. Yao Yao confessed that her previous self was too inferior and insecure, and she didn't know how to cherish the feelings she gained. After Li Dai sent Yao Yao away, she called Qinshi to report the situation, saying that Yao Yao's son looked exactly like Yang Hua. And Li Dai asked Qinshi to be vigilant and asked to keep a watch on Yang Hua, otherwise she would regret it when Yang Hua and Yao Yao becomes a family. Qin Wenyu disappeared. Ren Mimi contacted Yang Hua and Qinshi to help find him, and learned that Qin Wenyu went to collect the bills carrying checks worth millions. Qinshi took Yang Hua to the bar to look for Qin Wenyu, and finally found out from other people that Qin Wenyu was in the hotel next to the bar. Ren Mimi rushed to the hotel after hearing the news, and she saw the drunk Qin Wenyu sleeping with someone. Qin Shi took Run Mimi, who was emotionally broken, home and resettled her. After what happened tonight, Yang Hua finally understood why Qin Shi was afraid of getting married, because from the marriage between Qin Wenyu and Ren Mimi, he saw that a problematic marriage will kill a person. Facing each other again, neither of them said what was in their hearts, but digested their heartache and regret alone. Qin Shi approached Yao Yao the next day and asked why she is misleading Yang Hua that Yang Hua is her son's father. Yao Yao asks on base is Qin Shi asking her these questions, but Qin Shi doesn't have an answer. Qin Shi says there is still a way to turn this case around, but Yao Yao need to cooperate with her and withdraw the case. They both agree to cooperate, but before leaving, Qin Shi warns Yao Yao that Yang Hua is her man and tells her to stay away from him, or she'll not her go. Qin Wenyu went home and found the divorce agreement left by Ren Mimi. He turned on his mobile phone and saw the pornographic photos of himself sent by the barman. He knew that Ren Mimi already knew what had happened tonight. When Qin Shi came to Qin Wenyu's home, Qin Wenyu said that he was plotted against by who, and he didn't know anything. Although Qin Shi expresses her trust in Qin Wenyu, she doesn't know where Ren Mimi is now. Ren Mimi left a message to Qin Shi to go out for a walk. She didn't know what she got in exchange for her forgiveness again and again, and she didn't know what she had been nostalgic for in this marriage. Maybe the answer was simple. She loved Qin Wenyu. But now she has completely lost trust in Qin Wenyu, and she doesn't want to go on like this anymore. Qin Shi said that she can't help Qin Wenyu this time. She has said too many times that he is responsible for his own life. No matter what Mimi decides this time, she hopes that Qin Wenyu starts living like a person. Yao Yao was about to withdraw the lawsuit. Recently, someone in Tianjin Airlines was secretly collecting evidence of Yin Jiqiang's sexual harassment of employees. And Tang Yihui wondered if Qin Shi knew this. When Li Dai learned that Yao Yao had withdrawn the lawsuit, she called Qin Shi to question her. Qin Shi told her to personally target Yin Jiqiang for sexual harassment. Facing Tang Yihui, Qin Shi believed that Yao Yao's plan to sue Yin Jiqiang was a civil lawsuit and asked if there is a need for Cheng Hui to continue the case. Tang Yihui took photographs of Qin Shi and Li Dai meeting secretly. Tang Yihui said that she tried to sign a legal outsourcing with Tianhang, but Yin Jiqiang didn't let it happen. So she wants Qin Shi to make Yao Yao drop the lawsuit. Qin Shi asked if she knew how many females he has sexually harassed and even raped. She says that Cheng and Hui exist for upholding fairness and justice, and she likes it because we have never placed our interests first. Tang Yihui warns her to make Yao Yao drop the lawsuit, or she can leave Cheng and Hui. In the end, Qin Shi was unwilling to compromise and chose to leave the law firm. She took her belongings and left. Tao Junhui helped Qin Shi on her way and learned that she was going to take over Yao Yao's case against Yin Jiqiang, thinking that she would definitely lose this case because it was difficult to prove. Tao Junhui thought that Qin Shi's idea of resigning was too impulsive and pretentious, and she didn't think about how to take the next step. Tao Junhui wanted to fight for Qin Shi. When Qin Shi left the law firm, she happened to meet Jing Jie, who came to see her. She was sorry that she had let down Jing Jie's expectations, but Jing Jie did not think that Qin Shi had failed. After leaving the law firm, she realized that social fairness is not a matter of one person. As long as someone thinks it makes sense and puts it into action, that is a huge improvement. As a human being, the difficult thing is to stick to what you think is right. Qin Shi's failure is glorious. Qin Shi came to meet with Li Dai and Yao Yao. Qin Shi told Li Dai that she would be in charge of the case from today because she had resigned from Cheng Yihui. But because Yin Jiqiang already knew all their actions, it would be more difficult to obtain evidence afterwards. But the three women decided to continue to prosecute and work together to bring down Yin Jiqiang, a scumbag. Qin Shi finally started his own business and opened a studio. Tao Junhui came to see her after learning about it and said that he had persuaded President Jin to speak for Qin Shi. Qin Shi ate the wrong food and was allergic to it. Tao Junhui helped her find anti-allergic drugs in the car and accidentally found Qin Shi's divorce certificate. Tao Junhui directly proposed to Qin Shi, but Qin Shi said that marriage is not a must in life, and she is not ready for marriage. She can't deceive herself, let alone Tao Junhui. Qin Shi said that she would not give up Yao Yao's case, and also persuaded Tao Junhui not to give up Wu Fei, because Wu Fei was more suitable for Tao Junhui than her. Yang Hua agreed to Hu Ping's request to work as his personal financial consultant. But in order to deal with Yin Jiqiang, he decided to postpone his entry for a week. Kai Liang is very puzzled by Yang Hua's choice. He doesn't love Yao Yao, but contributes money and efforts for Yao Yao, loves Qin Shi, but set her free. Yang Hua said that Qin Shi actually wanted to choose marriage, but she was afraid of marriage. She was afraid of failure, and she didn't believe that she could be happy. And the best way to avoid this failure is to choose not to get married, which is why Qin Shi always resists getting married. Yang Hua asked Gongzi to investigate the project that Yin Jiqiang was in charge of, and reported the problems in the project to their group. Yin Jiqiang will soon pay the price for this. And the female staff who were once afraid of Eun Ji-kyung's influence are now willing to stand up and prosecute together. Chin-shur learned from Gongzi that it was Yang Hua who asked him to investigate engineering problems, and he couldn't help feeling jealous that Yang Hua helped his ex-girlfriend. Chin-shur and others found that about 40 people were sexually harassed by Eun Ji-kyung in recent years. But only 20 people were willing to testify, and only 11 people were willing to prosecute together. Gongzi believes that this is far from enough. Assistant lawyer Haitao wanted to email the video of Eun Ji-kyung sexually harassing female employees recorded in KTV, but Tao Junhui discovered this by accident. Tao Junhui reminded him that if the email was sent and the law firm knew about it, his lawyer license would be revoked. Hearing Haitao say that he does not want his sister to be bullied like these people one day, but he dare not call the police. Tao Junhui decided to make this decision for Haitao. Chin-shur received internal news from Tianhang that Eun Ji-kyung has been transferred to the management supervision team as the team leader, and this department is equivalent to the company's limbo. From this point of view, Tianhang will no longer protect Eun Ji-kyung. At the same time, Chung Yue also handed over the case of Eun Ji-kyung to the assistant lawyer. In the evening, Chin-shur celebrates with Li Dai, Yao Yao, and others. Li Dai sincerely admires Chin-shur for being able to have a good time with her love rival. Gongzi reported the progress of the case to Yang Hua, and Chin-shur directly grabbed Gongzi's phone and asked Yang Hua about his choice with Yao Yao. But Yang Hua's silence made Chin-shur even more angry. Yao Yao intends to take her son Sunny back to Australia, and she entrusts the case to Chin-shur and Li Dai. Yao Yao also planned to leave with Yang Hua, but Chin-shur firmly believed that Yang Hua would not leave with Yao Yao. At this time, Yang Hua came to pick Yao Yao up. It turned out that Yao Yao planned to give Chin-shur a strong dose of medicine, so that Chin-shur could take the initiative to go to Yang Hua. Chin-shur watched Yang Hua and Yao Yao leave together, pretending to be indifferent, but in the end she couldn't deceive herself. But when she chased out, Yang Hua and Yao Yao had already left. Chin-shur walked alone in the heavy rain lonely, and saw her eldest brother come to her, and finally hugged her eldest brother and cried bitterly to vent her grievances. Early the next morning, Chin-shur woke up from home and saw that her elder brother and second brother were both at home. It turned out that the two elder brothers sent her back last night. They were worried that she would not be able to take care of herself, so they stayed here to take care of their younger sister. The eldest brother sees that there is a problem between Chin-shur and Yang Hua, and persuades the younger sister not to be intimidated by the despair shown in other people's lives. After all, it is not Chin-shur's own life. She should believe that she can find her own happiness, and human happiness ultimately. It depends on a sense of security deep within. Chin's mother came to see Chin-shur, and Chin-shur learned from her mother that Yang Hua has been taking care of her silently recently, and that Yang Hua had already told her parents the reasons for their marriage and divorce. To escape the happiness he deserves, that's why he let Chin-shur go free. Yang Hua thinks that marriage is not important to him. What is important is Chin-shur, and he is willing to take care of Chin-shur for the rest of his life. Knowing what Yang Hua has done, Chin-shur hurried to the airport to recover Yang Hua, but she passed by Yang Hua, who sent Yao Yao away. 7 months later, Chin-shur and Li Dai were interviewed by reporters, saying that the case of Eun Ji-kyung's alleged sexual harassment has been resolved, and that Eun Ji-kyung has been suspended from his post, and that he has been arrested by the Procuratorate for charges of forced molestation and attempted rape in individual cases. Tang Yihui invited Chin-shur back to Chenghui law firm, and also said that this time Chin-shur will be directly promoted to senior partner. Pang Dingfong and his lover both died in a car accident abroad. Mrs. Lan had to go abroad to accept all of Pang Dingfong's assets, and Mrs. Lan appointed Chin-shur to be responsible for this matter. Now Chung and Huey's principle of employing people is that no matter who is single, whether they have children or not, they are treated equally. Mr. Jean said that they invited Chin-shur to join the law firm because Chin-shur herself is a good lawyer with principles and conscience. Chin-shur was happy because of Mr. Jean and his wife's words, and felt that her previous efforts were worthwhile, but she still refused the invitation. Chin-shur still planned to do it alone, but also decided to start with Mrs. Lan's case and Chenghui law firm cooperation. Tao Junhui became the person in charge of the northwest branch of Chung and Hui. He and Chin-shur met in the law firm and blessed each other. Wu Fei re-recognized Tao Junhui as an assistant lawyer and hoped that the two could have a new start. Qin Wenyu is working, but suddenly gets a call and to take Ren Mimi to hospital for birth. She successfully gave birth to her daughter and started a new life with Qin Wenyu. Chin-shur sees that someone is moving into the apartment next door. She sees a tortoise outside her door and plays with, and then Yang Hua comes out from the other apartment. He spreads his arms, and Chin-shur hugs him, showing their love for each other. Chin-shur tells Yang Hua to never leave her again, and Yang Hua agrees. Chin-shur still has a question unanswered that if Yang Hua did everything for her or Yao Yao. Yang Hua says there's only one person in his heart in past, present, or future, it's Chin-shur. And they share a kiss. Chin-shur asks what the series of numbers were when he had left her. Yang Hua tells it's a passcode to a stock he bought whose symbol is their wedding date. And it's the only time where he bought a stock without technical analysis. Whether it falls or rises, he always buys some every month and plans to hold it every forever. They share a passionate kiss as we come to the end of the series. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching and keep loving.